Hi friends, this is Susie, your gaming guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 1229 as a special dedication to Newly Natural, which I'm assuming is not a name but more a state of mind. So Newly Natural, this one is for you. The reason I'm recording this again is we used to have 50 moves and now we have 25 moves. Yuck. But here's the good news. Even though this is still nightmarishly hard, we can tell by this deep blue background, we do have a significant advantage over the last one. The disadvantage is 50% of the moves. The advantage is we only have 4 colors on this board. We used to have 5 colors. With 4 colors, each color is more saturated and therefore we're more likely to make matches and specials here. Is it still going to be rough? Yes. But I've got some techniques that may help. The first thing is I can attack this area either by busting through this frosting, and it's very thick frosting, or by clearing this out, because when I clear this out, notice we've got portals and things drop down here and we get put on the conveyor belt, and I'm going to hope for a situation that allows me to attack this from both fronts. And once this blows up, it'll take out a layer of everything, and then things will be thinner and I'll be able to keep attacking that way. So that's what I'm going to try for. I've got to make the very best moves possible, so I'm trying to look for a stripe that can hit this fairly quickly. I don't have it yet, but I'm going to keep looking. I could make moves in here, but generally speaking, I'm going to be better off making moves through here. And I'll start crashing through here if I can't do anything else. This is tempting because it keeps squiggling at me. I'm going to ignore it. Here I'm going to take out the purple because I don't have a lot of purple on the board, and that then allows me to make specials with what I do have left on the board. And I am crashing through here. I'm really hoping to get a stripe going this way, up higher than this. Oh, here we go. And now can I set this off where it is? Not yet. I could do this, but I would have to have a blue land squarely. I'm going to do this. Still not there. And notice I'm really kind of crashing through a lot of my move opportunities. Okay, so now I've got this open. The chocolate is growing, but I can curb it and then hopefully crash through. And look at this, we're here, and now we're going to get all the way through here, and hopefully we'll be able to make some moves along this route. Unfortunately, I've got a slow start and not a lot of progress. I could make this stripe. I'm instead just going to hit over here and keep trying to crash through this area. Yeah, I just didn't have a whole lot going for me. And I don't have much green here, and yet these aren't matching up very well. So if I can use a stripe to hit along there, especially a striped wrapped. But with only one move left, it's not going to work. So even though I know what to do, again, it's pretty tough. We need a combination of luck and strategy. I've got the strategy down. I know what to do, and you will see it come together eventually. But if I don't have the luck to get things started right away, it's not usually going to work in my favor. So I'm going to pause the recording. I'll be back with a new board, and we'll give this another shot. I'm not saying I'll never make moves over here in the beginning. I will say that I'm reticent to do it. I want to make moves here because this is where I'm more likely to get a better situation for myself. I can crash through here and hopefully make a stripe to take this out. Whereas even if I get things going here, it's probably not going to work to my advantage. There we go. So we're going to take this out. Now the chocolate is going to grow, but thankfully look at this. I get to do fun stuff like that and maybe get all of this cleared through cascading. Not quite, but close. Now what? I could take this move. I could move in here directly. Now is a time where this is more valuable. But I think I'll take this. And then what? Nothing great on the board. Let's make moves here and see what happens. I could do this stripe, because if I can bring a stripe down here, that's good. But I think I'm going to take out the chocolate instead. I still got a stripe anyway, and look what it's going to do. I don't get to use these stripes that are on the board, but this is significant. This opens up the board entirely now. And so now I've got a better opportunity to hit this area from both sides. So I'll make this stripe and hit here. I could do this. It's only going to hit that just a bit. I'm going to do this instead. It takes out more stuff. And then look at this nice cascading we get. Here I'm going to hit a couple of these things. Man, look at all this purple. I just wish I could bring it together. I can't, but I can use it to, oh, here we go, to help out a bit. And this is a beautiful stripe-striped combo. I'm actually going to go with this one over here and a more towards this edge. So I still have a lot of work to do with the number of moves I have left. I can try to use some of the things here and maybe even bring down some other specials, but I'm going to stay over here and hope the conveyor belt helps me with that. And just kind of hit this directly while I have the opportunity. I will do this stripe because I've got a lot of thick area here to get through. I could do this and bring the purple together. I could do this. I'm going to make moves low to the ground to encourage cascading. Would this wrapped candy help? I don't know that it would. Would the stripe help? Well, it might here, but again, I'm relying on cascading actually to help. So I'm going to do this instead and really kind of force the board through here. Now again, I could make a wrapped candy here, but the wrapped candy isn't near anything. Notice how these things I was worried about, they've resolved themselves. I think I'm going to go with this stripe. Then look at that beautiful stripe-striped combo that may come into focus here. The problem is this is going to come down here and blow everything up. It's very volatile, but even if it blows everything up and this takes off, that would be okay. So I'm going to make this move here, everything blows up, and let's see if I've got enough firepower or cascading power to take this out. I only have one turn left. I can see right away this isn't really going to work, but it was the best shot I had. Alright, so I'm left with 2 jelly. So we got a little bit closer. That was my 4th playthrough. I'm going to leave this as instructive because sometimes I win by such extraordinary luck that you lose kind of the process of it, of seeing me actually struggle with something. And this one at least showed that I got close using that strategy. So the strategy works, and if we can get a minimal amount of luck, just a little bit more than we got, we should be able to beat it. So I'm going to try again in just a bit. I can make moves here, but I prefer not to. I want to keep over in this section first. I tend to run into trouble if I make moves over here. It doesn't usually work out well for me. Ooh, there's that stripe I need. Now I'm going to hold off just a bit because I was going to try to set something up that would also take out the chocolate. And look at that, it worked beautifully. And look, I'm going to be able to put the orange together and the purple together. So now I'm getting a bit of luck, and I want to capitalize on that luck as much as possible. I could make this stripe. I could make this stripe. I could take things out here. But this also knocks this out. So I like that opportunity. And stripes are only stripes. I could do this, it would help here, but it's not going to hit this side. I'm going to hold off a bit and get through this frosting on this side. Wow! That turned out better than I ever expected. Problem though, I don't have a lot of orange on the board. Here's what I'm going to do. It's a bit controversial here. Well, there are a couple of things I'm contemplating. One is making a blue stripe and then using the blue stripe, because I think that might have more benefit even than the orange wrapped, because we've got to get down here. The other thing I'm contemplating is just taking out all blue, which would strip this out of blue, concentrate the colors down, probably help with this. Probably not take this out entirely, because if this gets taken out entirely, then I don't get to do this, which was going to be my second attempt, because once I take out the blue, hopefully I'll have more orange. The problem is I still won't have more orange down here. I think I'm going to go with the blue. I'm going to go with the blue stripe. Now again, I could take out a color first. I could take out all purple and hope to get more blue, but I could also end up blowing this up, and I don't want to risk this now I've got it. So let's take this and see what that does. It almost has this entirely knocked out. It almost has this entirely knocked out. That was indeed the best choice. So you get luck, and then you follow it up with the best plays possible. Ooh, let's put this blue down here and knock this out. And now we're getting the green together, so I can take out a layer of everything. And that's not a bad choice, but I'll still be able to take this out in a couple more moves. And what I would rather do is use these wrapped candies while I have them available to knock out this corner here. This is treacherous, and so using these wrapped candies while they're here is a huge benefit. Now, can I use this purple wrapped? This is going to come up here, so I'm going to have green, green, and one green over here. So I have one more shot at this. So I'll at least do this. Oh, look, this got taken out on its own, and I don't have any control over it. So it's going to take out those pretty things, but now I still have 10 moves left to get 5 jelly. Some of it's in the corner, some of it's over here. Should I make this wrapped? The wrapped really isn't aimed very well, is it? I don't see it aimed well. I've got this wrapped coming around here, so I think I'm going to focus over this way. I could make a stripe. That would actually be kind of helpful. But I'm going to do this. Ah, look at this. Yeah, and now I take out 2 of those 3 that are left. And if I can't hit this directly, I can try to put these 2 together and make a nice big sweeping motion. So I'm actually going to take what I call a micro movement. I'm just going to make one little move here so that I can preserve this opportunity and go out in grand style. So that's how I beat this. It is certainly not easy. I do think that luck is required. A mistake that I have found myself making in the past is when I'm stuck on a level for a long time, I play so quickly that I take a lucky board and I ruin it by playing poorly. So especially when you see that luck showing up, that's when you need to slow down. Alright, that's it for me. If this was helpful, I would ask that you folks consider liking and subscribing. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.